What's happening, guys? Charles Salisbury here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, it's nice weather outside. Start of a little summer series I want to put together. Even though we're all under quarantine, we're all under lockdown, summer holidays have been cancelled, I want to try and bring a little bit of summer freshness to your hair. So today, to kick off with, I want to chat about sea salt spray. What it is, what it does, who should use it, whether you should be using it, and at the end, we've got a cheeky little recipe for you to even make your own homemade stuff. So starting off with what sea salt spray is, for you, those of you who've never used it before or don't really know what it does, it's a product range or a group of products that are supposed to emulate you being at the beach. So you know that salty salt water, dry kind of texture, the natural wave that you get, the California, Australian kind of beachy kind of wave that's synonymous with summer. That's the kind of look that this product is trying to emulate. That being said, not all brands are equal. Some are more conditioning, some are heavier, some are more scented. Some have zero scent and they're quite light. For a lot of the time with sea salt sprays, there isn't a need to put more scent in. So the scentless ones are usually lighter. By lightness, I mean lightness in the product itself. So you'll feel it still doing the same effect, but you won't feel it quite so producty. Probably won't go as greasy as quickly either. So many brands do them. So it's up to you to kind of discover which ones you do. There's a very vast variety when it comes to pricing, when it comes to ingredients and scents, like I say. So it may take you a few products just to kind of find the right one for your hair. Whilst thinking about it, so on that note, let's discuss what it does. Sea salt spray, like I say, sea salt spray is supposed to give you that matte, dry kind of texture. It's a product that I'd like to refer to as a look, don't touch kind of product. What I mean by that is it looks great when you've got it on, it looks quite messy, quite dry, quite cool. But if you feel it, your ends are going to feel quite crunchy, quite crispy. You won't be able to put your hand through it as well. So it depends on what you want to get from your hair. If you like your hair kind of soft and loose and running your hands through it, then sea salt spray probably, or surf spray, or whatever variation you get, probably isn't the way to go. If you like it looking nice, natural, don't like too much product in it, but don't really touch your hair too much, then sea salt spray could work for you. A couple of notes before you start using it. If you have hair that's drier or frizzier, I probably tend to recommend something else that isn't a surf spray. It would work, and if it does work for you so far, amazing, crack on. But if it doesn't, there are better products out there. It won't have enough conditioning in there, and it's gonna dry it out a little bit further. It won't dry it out permanently, but it will make it feel a bit drier for that time that you put the product in. So something for you would be like a curl cream, or something with a little bit of hold, little bit of separation that's gonna be humidity resistant is something that's probably better for you. Surf spray is more for creating a curl than defining a curl, if that makes sense. Although it can be used for defining a curl, you need to make sure that you don't have super dry texture hair when you're using it. Again, like I say, all hair's different. If it works for you, amazing. Another note I would say, and I see this happen often in salons with colleagues, I wouldn't use it with a brush. A good sea salt spray is designed to give you a matte texture. So by using it with a brush, which is designed to enhance the shine and get the hair connecting together instead of the separation that you would get with a sea salt spray, kind of goes against what it's designed for, the original purpose of what it's designed for. Yes, you see now, I know L'Oreal has beachy waves, which has got a shiny. Again, that isn't the purpose, that isn't the look that we're gonna go for if we're using this product. It's not that kind of surfer, loose, easy texture. Now I want to put something to bed right now. I do not know how and why beachy hair turned from hair that people have on the beach, that nice kind of sandy texture, which is what we're talking about, to Hollywood waves, which is what people seem to refer to it in magazine. It's like very uniform, very straight. It genuinely is like no beach I've ever been to or seen anybody on a beach. Maybe I'm just hanging around the wrong beaches. But it seems strange that you refer to this as a beachy wave when it isn't. I don't know, that's a personal hang up, and if somebody can explain it to me in the comments below, be my guest. But But anyway, of course you can feel free to use a brush if you like that look and what have you, but I think there's better products out there for you. If you like the shiny kind of separated look, don't go for a matte product. Again, we need to be working out what we want to achieve. This is important for hairdressers and clients. You need to be working out what you want to achieve before you can start building the foundation. There's no point building up a usual foundation and then going somewhere different with it, because you're just going to end up fighting against yourself, getting stressed out, getting annoyed. If you're a hairdresser, your client won't be happy. If you're a client, you won't be happy. If you're doing your hair yourself, again, you'll be working against yourself. The texture that you'll get on a matte product will give you so much more grip on a brush that you're probably going to hurt, like it's going to feel quite uncomfortable and quite teary. That being said, it sounds like I'm negative on this product. I'm absolutely not. It just needs to be used in the way that it was designed for. 2 ways I would suggest using it. First of all, I would split the hair in 2, towel dry, bang it in when it's towel dry from around high mid-length to ends. Twist it so you've got the German fairy tale kind of look. Either let it dry or blast it off with a hairdryer, medium heat, medium speed. Let that cool, let it dry. Head down, shake it out, and you'll get a wave. The second way is to plait it through. So you're taking quadrants behind the ear, plaiting this, plaiting this, plaiting this, plaiting this. I would normally show you, but as we're under quarantine, I can't actually get a model to show you this, so there is no B-roll of me like clipping to plait. So my apologies, that is just the corona life we're living right now. So that's what it does. Who should be using it and should you be using it? This depends on your look. This depends. It's a very one look, almost one trick pony product. It's a great look and it's very fashionable, and it was. So if you want wavy hair but you don't like the shiny, perfect kind of look, this is probably a really good product for you to check out. Another one is the Guys. Super good for guys' hair. When I used to have short hair, bang some of that in, let it air dry, and you're gonna get that kind of natural separation that you're gonna, with a little bit of volume. I'm gonna do many more videos on guys' hair. Again, I can get the models, so please stay tuned for them as well. They're super interesting. So is it for you? Are you a kind of person that doesn't really touch the hair but likes the loose kind of finish? Do you like a matte kind of texture, an easy, undone kind of texture? If you're answering yes to these things, 100% crack on with it, because it's a great little product and a great look. It's gonna add a little bit of that summer to your life when you're quarantined in central London, miles away from a beach. If it is for you, I made a short little video on how to make it yourself. So without further ado, roll the vid. Tailor it how you want. If you find that I've put a little bit of coconut oil in there just to help with the condition. I find that water and salt for most hair types is just a bit too gritty. So I pop a little bit of coconut oil in there as a conditioner. So that's just gonna let me kind of get a little bit of movement throughout when I'm making myself for shoots and stuff. But by all means, if you have lighter hair, finer hair, hair that gets a bit greasy, cut back on the coconut oil and then add a little bit more salt. And by contrast, if your hair is a bit dry, dehydrated naturally, you can feel free to pop a little bit more coconut oil in there. It's yours to play around with. It's gonna take a few goes for you to kind of tailor it to your hair, but that's what's nice about homemade products, is that you can tailor these things to your hair. Amazing. So please, please, please make that. Take pictures of yourself. A note on homemade products before we go, and it's the same with the video on the natural mask that I did the other day. These products don't have preservatives in, and they don't have stabilizers. If you buy a shop bought product, they've gone through a lot of months and months and months of stabilization, which means that when you open it in 2 months' time in a wet, damp room such as your bathroom, there'll be no mold growing in it. If you're making homemade products, they won't have that in. So you need to make a small quantity, make it fresh. Not every time, but every other time. For the mask, make it fresh every time. For the sea salt spray, you can make it kind of every other time because it's just salt water with a little bit of coconut oil in it. Depending on how often you're using it. If you've left it over a week, you're gonna have to chuck it and remake it. But I would love you to at me at CW Salisbury with the pictures that you create, any kind of creations you make. Have fun, play around, create it, make it your own. Even if it's not the homemade sea salt spray, just any sea salt spray that you can check out. Love to hear how you get on with it. Take care and enjoy the rest of the summer. If you'd like to see the video on the natural hair mask, click up here. If you want to see my review on the Living Proof mask, click down here. And please subscribe in the logo and like with the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Take care.